Bro, getting started on anything in life that requires you to commit to it is the hard part. Everything else falls into place later on. For any of y'all that watch any type of entertainment, which I'm pretty sure is everybody that's watching this video, whether you watch anime, whether you watch sports, whether you watch movies, whether you play games, your favorite protagonist had to get started to get where they at. Now I'm pretty sure if you watch their whole journey, they done went through a whole level of adversities, hardships, struggles, pain, sacrifice. But in order for all that to happen, they had to start first. See, when you get started doing something that you know that's gonna better in life, that's gonna better yourself in life, it seems like a daunting task only because this is something new to you. You see, the human brain is wired for comfort majority of the time. Whatever seems foreign to you, whatever seems, you know what I'm saying, not natural or something that you're going out your way to do, your brain's gonna prioritize that comfort. So it's gonna tell you to not do those things or avoid those things because that's not something we usually do on a daily basis. We don't know what this will bring. We don't know what could cause, what could happen as a result of this. We don't know what avenue of life can be bestowed upon us by going down this path. We can't tell the future. And that uncertainty of not being able to tell the future is what causes our minds. I hope this we're not picking up on this mic, but we're gonna see. But that confusion, that unknown void is what causes our brains to, make us shy away from doing something that we know we need to be doing. For an example, I'm gonna use an anime character. That's the first thing I thought about. For example, we got characters like Goku. I'm pretty sure everybody know who Goku is. When he first came to Earth, he started off as a little dude. Now, he was strong because he was an alien, but at the same time, later on in his journey, in order to save Earth, he had to go and fight and train and fight people that were way stronger than him. Upon him realizing there's a lot of people out there that are way stronger than him, it made him not hyped up. He had to, in order to save his family and save Earth, he had to train. This dude went to King Kai's world, which for those of y'all that don't even know what Dragon Ball is, this dude had to go to a whole different planet in the afterlife to then train to get the strength that he needed to fight another enemy that was stronger than him. I'm talking about this dude had to walk around with weights 10 times heavier than him. This dude had to train different techniques that costed him sometimes even his body, tearing up his muscles. All of these things underneath this bridge that just caused so much pain and so much adversity to him, it all made him stronger in the end. But at the end of the day, these are the things that were required of him in order to get to the point where he is now. As y'all know, most people in fiction in general can't hold a candle to Goku in terms of strength. But that's besides the point. But to tie all that back into what I was trying to say, I'm going on a little bit of a tangent right now. Your favorite protagonist or your favorite character, whoever you want to use as an example, would have never known their potential, would have never known their strength if they never would have started in the first place. Okay, well, now that the plane's going, let me go back to what I was saying. Your favorite protagonist would have never known their potential if they never would have started in the first place. Same thing with you. If it's something you know you need to be doing and something you want to achieve in life, you would never know just how great at it you would be if you never got started. Whole time you watching this video thinking, bro, this thing hard, or I'm just scared to start. But if you just take that first step, like how I said in my first couple videos, you take that first step, bro, game. In a year's time, 2 years time, you might be one of the biggest, if not the biggest person in whatever it is you want to accomplish. Whole time, forget just being big. You might even be a trendsetter. You might even revolutionize whatever it is you want to do in life. But you will never know if you were capable of that if you never started. And getting started is the hardest part. Once you get past that veil of, oh man, this uncertainty of not knowing what to do, not knowing how to start, not knowing how to get into it. Once you get past that initial once you get past that gateway of uncertainty, everything else is up from there. And to wrap up this first point, understand that we as humans are the most adaptable species on planet Earth. Every single time we've had a hardship, every single time we've had a problem, any single time we've had something we had to overcome, we've always learned how to adapt for the situation. It is literally built and ingrained to us as a survival instinct. Your body, your mind will literally force you to adapt to whatever it is you have to adapt to in order to reach whatever goal you're trying to achieve. And that does not end when it comes to starting a YouTube channel, playing a sport, getting into whatever we want to get into. It doesn't end there. It is literally ingrained into us, which means whatever we come across, as long as we don't give up, we will overcome. Since we're on the topic of obstacles, this also blends into my second point in this video. Obstacles that are yet to come only really serves as feats of strength. What do I mean by feats of strength? Whenever an obstacle come your way and you thinking to yourself, how am I gonna get past this? Like I just said, you gotta adapt to it. You automatically gotta be looking for solutions to get past that problem. But some people fail to realize in the long term, when you really take a step back and look at it, these obstacles that you're being presented with are tests. I think of them as tests from God. See, these tests are meant to not only show you what you're capable of, but for you to prove to yourself that no matter what comes your way, you can get through. These tests also help you develop the skills necessary to handle hardships down the line. And not only handle these hardships, but you're eventually going to come across a time where somebody else who's following your path or following the same steps that you were following in the past, they're going to come through and they're going to have the same hardships you had. You will be able to have the opportunity to teach these people how to get past the things you've already encountered because you've already went through them. You're literally building experience as you go. And the more experience you build, you won't even realize it by a year or two down the line, you've already overcame so much stuff that you forgot you're not even taking into account all the things you've overcame. You're not even taking into account how many things you've gone through and how much you've grown. The way I see these obstacles and the way I see myself overcoming these obstacles, they're like experience points. I like to put a lot of things in video game terms because it makes it more fun for me to understand and to like really digest mentally. They're like experience points, checkpoints in a video game. You get past that obstacle, you get past that boss. All of a sudden, now that you passed that point, you already know how to overcome situations similar to that. In a way, you've gained it, not even in a way, literally, you've gained a new skill. You've gained a new special move, however you want to think about it. You have gained something that allows you to surpass or to overcome any type of situation or obstacle that's related to what you just went through. You're literally gaining experience in a both metaphorical term and a literal term. Going on my third point, which my last point also somewhat blends into it, change the way you think about obstacles. Stop thinking about obstacles as this make or break moment or this detrimental time where everything that you ever built could just collapse and then you're done. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, you got to think of these obstacles as a test to make sure that you're going to get from where you're at to where you need to be. It's a necessary canon event. And the best part about these tests, nine times out of 10, these tests that you go through, even if you fail, like I said before in past videos, you only fail when you give up. Even if you fail, you can try again and keep going and going and going and going and going until you succeed. Then when you succeed, you up until the next obstacle comes around. But you've already tried so many times with your past obstacle that giving up is no longer even a thought process. You're going to keep going until you succeed. And it's only going to keep going up from there. That's exponential. Exponential learning, exponential progress, exponential growth. Everything stacks. It compounds. It compounds, bro. All of this is just, the more you just develop these good habits, the more you just keep looking at things in a positive way, and the more you just keep going, the easier it gets for you to do these things, and the easier it is to get past obstacles and to learn new skills and to learn new methods to get to where you want to be. It all starts up here. The way you think about things, the way you get into things, the way you think about yourself, most importantly, because before you can start anything, you have to have that solid mindset and that solid idea about yourself and who you are as a person. So with that being said, I thank you for watching this video. I hope y'all boys learned something. I hope you, men, women, whoever's watching this video, I hope whoever you are, if you watch this video this long, that you learned something. As always, put the number 5 in the comment section below if you made it this far, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video.